In whoops, braking bumps and slippery condition, the back end constantly wants to pass the front end. You can see here we're emulating slippery conditions by spraying water onto sheet metal. See how easily the back end moves from side to side and tries to pass the front end. Now we're going to install Precision Racing Products' new Parabolic damper and see what effect it has on the back end of the motorcycle. We all know that it has an effect on the steering, but you might be surprised as to the effect it'll have on the back end of the motorcycle in the whoops, braking bumps, and slippery conditions. Here's a graph of the bell curve of damping. Notice how there's more damping in the center. This encourages the back end to stay behind the front end while allowing smooth steering transitions from side to side with no sudden drop-offs, and allows the steering to go back to center with slightly reduced effort. On this other damper, there's no shaft speed in the center, so it has quite the opposite effect. No damping where you need it most, and lots where you don't. To emphasize the effects, we set the damper to 9, which is a very heavy setting. Look how much effort is being applied. The back fender is bending and the bike is barely moving. Heck, even kicking the back end has very little effect. Remember how easy the back end moved when there was no parabolic damper on there? The slightest little push with one finger made the back end go from one end to the other. Now let's set the parabolic damper to a 5 instead of the 9 we were at before. This is a far more normal setting that would be used for fast woods riding or even motocross. You can see how easy the bars move with just one finger.
Going to 5.
As you can see, it still takes a good amount of effort to get the bike to move off of its center. Not as much as a 9, of course, but still a lot more effort needs to be applied. You're still bending the fender compared to what we were doing earlier. Remember, this is with no damper at all. Imagine how much better your riding is going to be when the back end wants to stay behind the front end. In the whoops, the braking bumps, and in slippery conditions, wherever the back end wants to swap on you. You'll be able to stand on your pegs when others would have to be sitting on their seat paddling through the same conditions. If you found this video informative, click like. There will be future videos coming out that show the other features of the damper, like its low profile mounting that does not stick up or raise your bars, its internal reservoir that compensates for thermal expansion, and its state-of-the-art high-speed valving with a catch and release. So subscribe to get these as soon as they come out.